Good morning and welcome to Carnation Craft TV. It's not nice out there, so you've picked the right time to join us here at Carnation Crafts. Now today for you, as a surprise, I've actually got for you a Crafters Select for you as well. Not a chicken select, this one's a Crafters Select because that will come into my head. This one is Wild by Designs, but I have to say this has got probably all the most beautiful things as crafters that we like. You've got things like dragonflies, you've got the butterflies, you've got the bumblebee that does the unimaginable things of being able to fly. So you can imagine these have got a real poignant feel to them as well, and then you've got those amazing background, that trellis design to give it that lovely structure on your cards or your boxes or anything like that. These are now going to take you forward. We've got a special show price on these are $39.99, but obviously the price will go back up because this is your Crafters Select. But if you're wanting to get these, pop over to the website and the item number is 260216 for that. But we'll show you a few little samples in a while, I will. But I want to get straight in and show you the boards. Now look at these. Now the glue's coming in, so you know when the glue comes in it's measure time. Now with this you can see you've got that large scope. These would look beautiful, the butterflies, on a mobile. If you've got a beautiful lampshade and you want to decorate it and things like that, these would look incredible on there as well. And if you actually get some printable fabric, can you imagine printing these off onto fabric and then like you're stitching them onto denim jackets, clothing, things like that? You've got so much scope with this as well. Now the dragonfly on its own is beautiful, and you can see, you know, a lot of people have a spiritual meaning with butterflies. I do with butterflies for my grandma and things like that, and the dragonfly as well. But then the bumblebee, and I like that it's like a, how can I put it? It's a soft bumblebee. It's not like a sharp looking one or anything. He's soft, he's just bumbling about, but you've got that beautiful detail on there as well. You are going to get your mats and layers for the plaque. So with this, obviously that looked great round a bottle, but you know, any sentiment would be on there. You know, you've got lots of probably clean and simple stamps. I would use those onto that as well. And you've probably got others from Carnation Crafts, but use them with that. That will look fabulous. But again, with a butterfly, you can imagine that on a box, on a bottle, on a gift bag, anything like that. They would be absolutely beautiful. And the artwork is incredible. If I just lift this up, can you see the veins, the details? And we were talking about this earlier actually. Normally as butterflies get bigger, they look heavy, they look bulky. This one's still got that delicateness about it, so it gives it a softness. The same with the dragonfly as well. But with these being hand drawn, this is the beauty of getting artwork like this. These again are all available on the website to download for free once you purchase the kit as well. So go and have a look, and if you put in Wild by Designs in the search bar, it will bring up these in the download section. So you have got those now. These, honestly, I couldn't get enough of these, and I'll be showing you throughout the show how you can cut into them. You can make different shapes, different styles with them, because they have got that mandala style with them as well. And these are actually embossed. You've got the print and then they're embossed. So if any of you did get that heritage range I brought to you the other week, this is that same technology that has been put into these. So you can actually feel it. But it just makes it pop off the page because they're embossed. The light actually will fall into it to give it that, you know, that shade in there as well, which makes it look like a fine piece of china. It's absolutely beautiful. You are going to get the mats and layers to go with it as well, so you don't just get the design, you'll have the mat and layer perfectly to align with it, so you can make a card blank base, or you can use it for the topper elements as well. So that is your beautiful collection for you. Now let's show you some of the examples, and I have to say, wow, chicka bow wow, these are beautiful. Look at that, look at the detail of it. A lot of white on white, just a few little flowers, a sentiment, and that butterfly. These could be, you know, place settings on tables and things like that to be able to use those. They'd be absolutely stunning for anything. And then this one has been cut, you know, like twice, and because it's on the heavier weight paper, like the cardstock 350 GSM, It will stand as a card base as well. But look at the little bumblebee. How cute is that? Now, just think, if you make your own honey, because I know there's a lot of people, even David Beckham makes his own honey nowadays, you could have this little bumblebee as your design, because you can make and sell with these. So you imagine you've got little bumblebee tags on them and things like this, made up bumblebee farm and things like that. You could put those on it. And look at this. Doesn't mean to say the size of the plaque, you know, literally gives you that size card. You can extend the card out just by mixing and matching two of these together, and look how beautiful that is. It's really, really fabulous to have all these different designs to bring to you. And then I'm going to bring this one in as well. So you might have other design shaped cards from Carnation, but you just want to add the butterfly in. Please do it. I'm going to save the last few that I've got for later on so I can show you in the show, because we are actually back later, but we've got a totally different show. So this is your hour to really grab this now. And I have to say, we've been really busy already for this one. So everybody is liking. Now, already, you've not really seen it. We've not shown you or talked about it. 20% of the stock has gone for this one. I'm not surprised. The butterflies, I would just buy the set for the butterflies, I'll be honest with you. But you can see you have got so much potential again with all of the Carnation Crafts designs that we bring to you. But these are super beautiful. And we really wanted to bring you something that we know as crafters we will use all the time. And you definitely will with this one, with the butterflies and things like that. You could add those in. So let's have a look at what we're going to do with this one. So I'm actually using all the mats and layers from the collection. So you can see you get these two sizes. This is the aqua cardstock off the website. This one actually goes so well with that. That's why I've used this quite a lot in my demos. I've die cut out one of the actual squares, but then you'll see with the mats and layers, these fit beautifully. So you don't have to worry. And bear in mind, you even get artwork with this, and it's got all that shading detail on it as well. So you don't have to, you know, just cut it out in white. You've got that little bit, it's like a fine pale grey. There's an ink pad out there called London Fog, I think it's called. And that's got that soft grey colour. It's beautiful, that is. Hang on, just let me get this level without getting my head in the way. So just adding that there. But already you've got that outline on there to give you that soft finish. Let's take this, but you know, just adding that splash of colour. But even the butterflies, if you cut those out, because it's got that embossed detail, you could colour those any colour you wanted to as well. But do have a look on the website and add, you know, add the downloads into your basket as well, because like I say, they are free once you purchase your kit. So I'm just tapping in a little bit of glue, and I'm going to add this to the front of my card. Now the glue is a must. It's the everyday glue. Dries clear. So if you're popping this on, you have got no problems on your, you know, your cards when you're using it. Now, again, I've got a bit giddy because I have put tape on this because I was trying to be all organised this morning, believe it or not. And I've put too much tape on it again, but it's fine if I can get the back off. So all I'm going to do is just snip this away, but I'll put a piece of cardstock on the back so you won't see this when I've actually done it. So that will be a job for later. Then I've cut down a smaller size of the blue, and we're just going to have this offset on there. So really we're looking more at the detail at the top and the designer factor that you're going to get on there. Now if your card is standing up like mine is and it is driving you crazy and you're struggling to put bits on, just pull the bottom bit out and then you'll find it will lay flatter. So you'll have that little bit more dimension to be able to work with. Now I'm going to be awfully honest with you here now. These flowers are from all different bits of kits. Now, I'm going to say, I'm not going to ask Bunny, because Bunny will probably end up coming in here and just throw in something at me, because, like I say, I come up, when I, like today, I'll come up and they'll be cutting some bits and I'm like, can I have a few of those? Can I? So that's how I end up with bags of bits and things like that. So, yes, this... Have a look on the website. All of these are on the website. Some are from the Clean and Simple. So let me, she's going to have a little look. She's going to have a little look. She thinks it's from Petals and Threads, but she's not 100% sure, but she'll have a look for you. But like I say, I just see them and I go, oh, I like that, or I like the colour that they're in. And it shows that it works with so many different things. because I'm like, oh, I need some flowers for this, and I'll mix it and match it and add different bits in. But because the printout on this and the colours that have been used in this, it's got that blue, even though it's green, it's got a blue hue to it. So it worked so well with this. I thought, oh, I've got to use it. And then, like I say, then I've got some little bits hydrangeas. I've got, these are from, I know these are from Clean and Simple. I know that much. But the Easter one, yes, it was the Easter one. So I did use that. These are from with the strawberries. These are the little bits of wheat. So this is from the strawberry collection. That's what I call it, but it's not. But you can see, this is how well Carnation design all their fabulous elements, because you will see it really does bring a different field and element to it. The colour tones, the shapes and everything are just literally a bit of magic. They really are. And the eucalyptus that I put down first is from Petals and Threads. So Bunny was right, bless her. She has that many collections. And the hydrangea, we think this is as well. So, but this is just part of it. It's not all of it. So, you know, I've cut bits off and I make it work. But this is it. I'm like a blind tester sometimes. I go in and just, you know, try stuff and put stuff together. But hopefully it gives you confidence at home to think, oh, I'll go in my little bit box, because I have like a drawer at home. And I just have all like my little bits like this in ready for when I do shows like this to help out. So I just like the extra bits, and like with this I thought, oh, I just need some white sprigs, or, you know, like a filler. These were from the Clean and Simple Easter one, but like I say, they just worked and did exactly what I wanted. So don't be frightened to play about with things like this. And we'll add that in. The wheat, the little ones, are from Sweet Harvest. Bless Kirsty, she's good. From Fruits of Summer, and it's got some beautiful strawberries in that as well. So Kirsty's amazing, isn't she? Bless her. She knows. Challenge with Wheeler. Let's challenge them today and see if they can remember what all the names of the kits are. But she's on fire, Kirsty. She's on it today. So all I'm doing now is I've lifted the wings up and just curved it slightly. Now, if you are worried about curving it, yes, you can use your ball tools. I normally use my fingers, or I use the actual my pokey tool and things like that. But you know, if you want to, and not that I can really show you on here, but you know, like on the edge of your table, or the edge of, like, so you can imagine, pretend that's like the edge and you are off the edge but not on the, you know what I mean, you can actually just roll that and curve that, and that would curve it, and then just stick down the body. And because you can print these out, you could use one or two of these, but these would look great as well if you actually put resin on them and things like that, or like a glaze. You could actually make them, oh yeah, dewdrops, pearls, things like that, glitter. Not that I would, but you could add but look at that, kids' birthday cards. But also, you know, like if you've got some fascinators, you know, if you printed these onto printable vellum and then did them on fascinators, oh, they'd be gorgeous. Or hair slides and things like that. But there you go. So you can see there is a lot of scope with these butterflies. And if you're wanting that dimension and that shape, and I'm not being funny, if you are making and selling your cards, I forgot to put this bit on, then these are the ones to go for, because butterflies, you can never ever go wrong. They've got something about them. They mean things to certain people spiritually and things like that. But look how gorgeous that is. And these are, you know, you make some, and you know, you can sell these. So I would definitely say to you, for $39.99, it's an A4 size kit of dies. You're getting such a lot of metal for your money in that one as well. But it gives you that beautiful detail on there as well. But we have also got, that I want to show you, on the show, we have got the ProPrint paper, okay? Now, with this one, obviously we do the 120 and the 170 as well. So if you want to do double-sided vignettes, you can do that. With me, I actually printed this time, I did use my 170 on that, so it makes it a little bit thicker as well. But I think with these you get 85 sheets, it's A4, and I think these are $14.99 at the moment. So do get those, because I know for a while ProPrint was out of stock. So make sure you pop this in your basket, because we really, you know, say to you about it, because if you want to achieve the same colours that I'm getting, you need quality paper to print it on. Doesn't matter if you have got like a £30 printer like I've got, it doesn't matter. It's what you print it on, because this is specially designed to make the ink float on it. The fibres are shorter, so you actually do that. But if you add this into your basket with the actual Crafters Select at $39.99, you'd be over £50, so you get free P&P as well. So great saving, because the kit on its own should be $49.99, but it's down to $39. There's £10 off that, so this would kind of equate to your postage and that tenner that you've saved. So again, you've got the best of everything, and these will be sent out today as well, so do not worry, these will be sent out as soon as. So you've got all of those. Now, can you imagine weekend, because I'm not being funny, they forecast rain, snow, hail, blow, everything. Stay in and craft, and if you can imagine your postman's bringing these to you, oh, what a great weekend you're going to have. So what I'm going to do, the collection we were just on about, I am using the one with the strawberries and obviously the little bits of wheat in this one. Fruits of Summer, that kit is, so if you want to have a look at those. Now with this one, I am going to be mixing it up a little bit, because what I've done is I've taken the largest die from the square collection, I've cut out two, I'm going to put a score line in it, and this is going to be my base card, okay? So with this now, I can add this as my base of my card, and that's what I really, really love about Carnation. You're never just left with a topper and you think, what am I going to do with it? You've always got some detailed shaped cards. Even if you made half a dozen like this, so you've got your card that will open because you've got your scoreline in it, you could decorate them, use them as notelets, and you can make and sell. So that's why I love it, because you've always got a designer card blank. You don't always have to have a square shaped plain edged card. And with this one, I've been a little bit greedy as well, I'll be honest with you. I've actually used both. Okay, I've used both of the ornate, beautiful fretwork kind of designs, because we're going to have one as the backing and then we're going to have two as the topper, so you get a mix and match of both. So there's a lot of layers to this, but I just thought it can handle it. And because again you've got the mats and layers, look at that, perfect alignment, perfect detail, and just that scallopy edge is just gorgeous. It looks like you've ripped and torn it, but it looks fancy. It doesn't look like you've ripped and torn it. You've got that beautiful edge on there as well that gives it a structure. And again, it's not all just plain lines, and that's what we like. So right everybody, I need you to hold very tight, and this is a serious warning. We are approaching 30% of this Crafters Select for you right here, right now. You can see we're 20 minutes in. This is going exactly like the other shows have been going all week for me while I've been up at Carnation. A lot of you are thinking, do you know what, for £40, that is a cracking deal. And it is. These are not little dies. You're getting a lot of metal for your money. And bear in mind, they will go back up to $49.99. I'd rather get them while they're $39.99. And it's, you know, cheeky £40, but you know the amount of cards you can make with this, and you've got an image that you can use for absolutely donkey's years, because that style, that card is not going to go out of fashion. So bear that in mind. Hop over, and like I say, approaching 30% of the stock has already gone. Now, yes, I could leave that like that, but no, this is where we're going in now to make it even bigger. So all I'm doing is using the matte and layer from this collection, and then we're going to position it with this one. And again, it's all been perfectly cut to actually match up, so it does make your job so much easier when you are aligning your cards to put them together. But like with these, I thought these would be great on Christmas cards as well, because it is, I know it's like a doily style, but it is a little bit like a snowflake and things like that. So yeah, you could use it as like on your Christmas cards as well, so you could bring that in. So look at me, I'm talking about Christmas cards. What am I on? Hang on, just let me line this back up properly. There we go. But look at that. Already you've got that design, you've got that height, you've got that. So if you've not got fancy backing papers, think about using them like this to get that decoration and that design on there. Now I've got my little strawberries, and you'll notice with these I have cut into them a little bit myself, because I didn't want it quite as big on the corner. I wanted to get that arch shape, so all I've done is kind of arc it round the best I can to make this fit how I want it to fit. So all I'm doing is just giving these a little bit of a crease and a squeeze. Don't squeeze too hard because obviously you'll crush your strawberries and we don't want that. So a little bit of pin flay glue. You can use your foam pads as always, you know that, but for me it's just a little bit quicker to be able to pop this on. And I don't use a syringe because I get so messy with a syringe and I end up with it everywhere. So it's easier if I do it this way. But you do you, as they say. So again, taking the strawberries, adding the same, but if you're wanting, like I say, the artwork to look exactly the same as mine, please do pop in your ProPrint paper. And remember, if you pop that in your basket today, that will take you over £50. You'll get free P&P as well. So pop that in with this new kit that we've got for you today. And that honestly will just take you over. So it will really be a great deal when you get that. And you don't want to run out your ProPrint paper. That is absolutely not a done thing, shall we say. I hate it when it gets like that. I do get a bit twitchy when I'm getting short. So these are the little ears of corn that I used on the other one, but I've just took in little bits in here, just add that little bit of dimension. And again, it's about the shape and texture. Don't forget as well, send me a message either on Facebook or on YouTube if you want to this morning. It's not because I know you're all there. I know you're all there because, like I say, we're very, very busy. But, you know, don't be frightened to drop a message, even if it's a question. Like I say, no question is a silly question, or even hello. Or let me know what you've had for your breakfast. We were very lucky this morning. Mr. Mark went out and brought us all bacon and sausage sandwiches. So we've had a great breakfast this morning, but I'm going to say that was a real treat for me. I was like, very nice. So let me know what you've had for your breakfast. And Bunny. Oh, I'm having one of them days, Bunny. Bear with me. She's used to me now. She knows I don't do it deliberate. I can't remember my own name off at days. It's like with these glues. You've got no hope with me. It's definitely not Friday, but, you know, I've got that Friday feeling. But honestly, let us know, because Bunny likes to know where you've gone shopping, if you've been out shopping this morning. We like to know. Yeah, she's all on her own in that little room. She'd like a few messages. So you message in, let us know. Or let us know what you think of this kit, please. You know what I mean? And we'd love your feedback. You know, it's very important to us. So again, I'm using my bumblebees, but I am layering these up on here as well. I think this is just so cute. Can you imagine these as well? If you got some, you know, if you made some Pimm's and lemonade in the summer, pretend this is a straw, you could put one on one side and one on the other side and put them like, you know, like for drinks and things. I just think it'd be cute. Oh, we've had a message from Jenny West. Good morning. Oh, she says good morning to Dawn and Bunny. Good morning, my darling. I hope you're having a fabulous morning so far. Oh, yeah, nice and warm and cosy with the telly on or the computer on. But thank you for messaging in. That means a lot. So I hope you have a fabulous day. But look at that. Does that not make you think of like summer, tennis, being outside? It's fresh and it's just got that buzz about it. Did you get that? So with this, again, it's all about that detail. It's about the design. And you can see, it could be for anything. It could be for a best friend. It could be a birthday. It could be an anniversary. It could just be, you could have done something like that for Valentine's Day. I'm sweet on you. Do you know what I mean? You could do something like that. Or, you know, somebody who's been a busy bee, you could say to them, there you go, thank you for helping me out. So great collection to get. This is the Wild by Designs die set. It's unique and beautiful as always, but these are the ones again that they bring in that literally is like an add-on one as well, and this now will give you that beautiful design on there too. So if you have just joined us, good morning and welcome to Carnation Crafts. We are approaching 30% of this Crafters Select collection, but remember the price goes up at midnight. This is one show only, one time only today. Think of that, because later on we are back at 1 o'clock with a totally different show. So bear that in mind, but it is moving very, very quick. You can't think about this one. It's got to be one of those press and go, you know, you've got to order, otherwise you will miss out on this one. Now, as you can see, these are a large size. Bringing in my glues again to show you size wise, because I think that's really important, because sometimes we sit at home and we see the design. Do you think, well, is it this big? Is it this big? How big are they? These are a great size. Look, even the palm of my hand, they're a great size for you now to put on. You could have these, you know, like my mum at one time, when she had a new patio door, she always walked into it. With this now, you could put some of these, she did, I'm not joking. Honestly, we had many a time she'd got a bump on her head or something. She kept walking into the patio door because my dad had shut it, and then she turned around and didn't see he'd shut it. So I blame my dad, really. But with this, you've got the butterflies. You could put these on a window. These would look fabulous on a mirror as well. You know, if you had them trailing up a mirror for a kid's bedroom or something like that, or even, you know, like, yeah, door plaque, hair slides, things like that, you could use that. The dragonfly as well, because I'm looking at these and I'm thinking, you know, if you had, say you wanted to be quite cost effective and things like that, you were getting married, you could actually print these all out and you could have them trailing all the way around a white, just a plain white wedding cake. Obviously you couldn't eat them, just be aware of that, but you could put them on. Can you imagine how stunning the cake would be? And then what you could also do with these is you could cut the little bit of it body off, you could put a little slit in that, and then you could put it on the edge of the glasses on the table. So again, you could utilise it like that. So I know a lot of people as well, obviously with the Manchester, you know, thing, the event that was there, the fundraising, a lot of people had bumblebee tattoos and they had bumblebees, bracelets and things like that. This is such a great symbol, but now use it on your car. Anybody who's a keen gardener, they're going to love this one. You've got your plaques, you've got your sentiments. They're going to be a beautiful one on that one. Oh, right. Incoming news for you, everybody out there. There is printable sentiments for this plaque. So Kirsty's on it. She's obviously watching what I'm doing and what I'm saying, so I best be careful. She's going to bring it in a bit and then I'll be able to show you. But there is printable sentiments. So if you haven't even got rubber stamps, we've sorted that little problem out for you as well. So that's an extra little freebie that you're getting today as well. So how amazing is that? But as you can see, this is your basis of your card. This would look incredible if you've got boxes and using it as lids or using it as panels on the sides and things like that. Or even, you know, if you did like 3 of those in a column and had those in a box frame, that would look so stunning, just in the colours that they are. Put a splash of colour behind it, they would just look striking on there as well. So again, it's all about the detail. You get the mats and layers, they look fabulous. Now let me bring in some of the other samples that we've got as well to show you. But look at this. These are gorgeous. I'm not sure if these are the sentiments or not. I'm not going to put my name to it. I'm going to suggest, but you might be able to use those. But you can see with this, you've got that lovely dragonfly just nested on there. Yes, this is one of the printables. I've just had it confirmed. I've got glue in my mouth. But you can see there, you've got that lovely design in there as well. But it doesn't always have to be the shape of the cards that you see. Now look at this one. And again, this has got the little ears of corn on there from that collection we were showing earlier. But this one, they've actually used the largest die that you're getting in your set, the matte and layer, to make that shape card. So you can see it really is beautiful. I absolutely love these. And then if you want to go even bigger, but you want to keep it quite simple, quite bespoke, then you've got this kind of look as well. And that is on, I would say, like a 7x7 card. So that's going to give you a beautiful card blank base. But again, just bringing in the colours in there as well. And I think with the blue, it does look like pottery. It looks more like home decor. You've got that beautiful look with that one. And that is one of your sentiments samples as well. So let's make another little card. This time, I'm mixing it up again. But I'm bringing in like a purpley, lavender, lilac-y kind of colour in there from the Perfect Papers as well. So now we're going to bring in a different design. The flowers I'm using, this is from one of the Clean and Simple collections. So a lot of you may have these at home. But again, it's got the blue tones in it as well. And it goes so well with the lavenders and the lilacs. So I have really mixed it up, but that's what I want you to do. And when you've made your cards, please send pictures in so I can have a look, because I like to see what you've put together and, you know, what colour schemes you've come up with. So do have a look. Now, the collection they gave me the other day, I took this cardstock out. So this is your perfect papers, and I've used this one and the one, I think it was Petals and Threads, this one was, and it's got like the little dainty dot on there, and then I've used that, and all I've done is matte and layer it with a little bit of white, because again, you know, like we were talking about matte and layering the other day, I always do dark light, you know, dark light, and layer it up that way, or the opposite way round, because it will give you a better look. So let's put a little bit of my glue on the back and start matting and layering this together. And this is going to, oh, Amanda's messaged in. Good morning, Amanda. Thank you for messaging in. She says, morning all. After 40 years, her decorator has just finished decorating her craft. 40 years? Is that your husband? I'd sack him. No. Oh. Oh, bless you. What an exciting day that's going to be. I bet really he couldn't get in and move stuff because she got that much stuff, to be fair, because that's how us crafters roll. And then they can't get to paint and stuff, so it's probably a bit, oh, that's amazing, Amanda. Oh, well done. That'll be lovely, that will, won't it? Oh, I'm very excited for you. I must admit, my craft room, because last few weeks, as you can imagine, I've been running about, up, down motorways and things like that. Mine looks like a small hamster's been in it. There is stuff on the floor, there's stuff everywhere. This weekend I have got to gut it and start again. So, well, they say never trust a tidy crafter, don't they? Because if you do, you know, they don't make cards enough. So let's do that. So all I'm going to do now is I've cut a little border across there, because a little bit like a belt when you've got an outfit on. This is just joining it all together, so you've got that lovely look on there with that one. So that's really, really good to do that. Then what I've done here, just to show you as well, I've taken, and I'll be showing you a little bit more of what I've done with different bits in the next demonstration. Okay, so I've just taken a full one, and what I've done is I've actually cut this in half. Okay, so with that you can then obviously make your circle bigger if you want to. That's a great way, and you can make it more of an oval shape, so for Easter and everything it's going to be great, and then put that one on top. But what I'm going to do is just stagger this slightly with this here, but you won't see the join because I'm adding the matte and layer piece when I get that level, and that is going to go over that. So but it elongates it without actually taking anything away from it, because sometimes, you know how you want a bigger card, sometimes you just need that little bit more. This is a great way to do it. So with this, I'm just going to put a bit of glue on, but I'm not going to actually press it all down in case I need to move it. So it gives you wiggle time. It's not going to dry instantly, but it'll just give me that time then to be able to wiggle it into place. And then I'm going to take this layer, which has got foam on a roll on, and I can see there that I just need to wiggle that one down a bit and that one up a bit, and that then will join the pieces together. Can you see? So I've got that little bit of fullness on the edges, but not too much. Then I can go in and I can add my centerpiece. So just wiggling this round to line it up. There we go. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there too. But great way of using bits that you've got left over. But also you can fold these as well and also make like little butterfly wings with these as well. So again, you can add in more, shall I say, personality, your personality to it. I'm having a moment now. There we go. So all you're going to do is align that back up on there. But can you see how it's just giving it like a little bit of an underskirt? It's giving it that little bit more dress and frame style with that. Then I've got my butterflies, which are going to sit beautifully on here. But let's start building up some of these fabulous flowers that I've got. So first of all, I'm going to take two exactly the same, and because they're on the 170 GSM Pro Print paper that we've got on the show, I've done them double-sided because these are a little bit more stronger. Okay, so now these are just going to sit on the edge and give that little bit of detail there. Bring that up. Let me just bring that in. And then I'm going to pop one on the bottom as well. But the colours and everything are just so, It's so nice to use like really bright summery colours. Yeah, I must admit I was looking at brighter clothes again yesterday and stuff like, but I'd got like a powder blue jacket and I thought, but then I just couldn't wear it because the weather, it just seemed so wrong. So I didn't put it on, but you know, this, well, I hope next week's warmer, that is for sure. But honestly, the weather as it is at the moment, oh, horrible. And like yesterday, I think it said on my phone app thing for your weather, it was something like 0 degrees, but it felt like -6 with the wind. I was like, oh, not going out in this. I know, I don't do minuses. I'm not good at cold, as you all know. So I'm just layering these up to give it that little bit of detail and that design. But don't forget, I am only here with this one show today with these designs, with your Crafters Select. Now, with this one, like I say, we're already approaching 30% of the stock has already gone. And you know, when we say, when America wakes up, believe you me, it will be ready to rumble. There will be such a meta. Now, obviously, I've got a fabulous show at 1 o'clock. It's the Flourishing Foliage Stepper card. And I have to say, knockout. Absolutely knockout. And some of these designs, I think if you cut them cleverly, you could add those in as well. And it's live on the website, but already we're really busy. Bunny's telling me we are already super busy for that one. So again, it's one of them. Do not wait. Please don't wait. Otherwise you may miss out, because this week you've all gone a bit crazy for your crafting. So that's really good. So thank you to everybody. Right, it has now jumped. We were approaching, we are now at 30% of the stock for this one. So you imagine we are getting super, super busy. More and more of you have probably been out shopping and you're coming in and literally seeing what we have for you. And this is really a great one. And like I say, I think this is only ever the second Crafters Select that I've got to do, that I've been able to do. And I just love them. They give it such a different, scope. And like I say, lovely Laura, bless her, she's off with her kiddie winks this week because they're off school. So she's looking after them. So I said I'd jump in and give them a help out. But I love it when I get to come and try some new bits. I get to try new designs and different concepts and things like that. So honestly, you'll love these when you get these home. And like I say, you could have them by the weekend. How fabulous would that be? Now, again with that, let the glue dry on that one. I'm pinching the wings up and things like that. And then what I'm going to do, can you see? I just think this would be so fabulous on cakes, or again with that, the straw idea we had, you could put those on a straw, for parties, anniversaries, a little bit of glitter, a little bit of gems on there. But you can see with that, by elongating it, we've made a totally different shaped card. They don't always have to be a square shaped card. Think about changing the designs and the shapes to give you different looks as well. So we've got all of that detail on there too. Then I have got some other good news as well that I can share with you afterwards, and I'm going to show you something else. So that is your kit. If you are wanting to get the Wild by Designs set, this is $39.99. We'll go tonight back up to $49.99. So if you want to save that cheeky £10 on this today, would highly recommend it. It isn't a small set of dies. It is an A4 large set of dies. You've got a lot of potential in there to make lots and lots of different cards as well. And we were talking about this before. If you've just joined us, we've also got a Billy bonus for you this hour as well, because in the collection you will see you've got that little plaque at the bottom, sentiment plaque, but it'd also be great as a stopper for your stepper cards and things like that. So again, great with that. But we've also got a sentiment sheet. So this is free to download as well. Our lovely Kirsty's got this for us. So you've got be your best self. I like that. Be happy, be mine, be you. You do you, boo. Be true, buzzing for you. This messes with my head because I'm dyslexic. Be beautiful, be strong, be awesome. You make my heart flutter. You give me butterflies. Spread your wings. Butterflies appear when angels are near. that is something I always put on one of my mum's cards because, like I say, butterflies have got quite a strong meaning for me and my mum. You have your wings now fly. With wings you can fly. Dragonflies appear when angels are near. And dragonflies are also a sign of new beginnings as well. So you could actually use that on a wedding card or something like that. Yeah, new home card, new baby cards and things like that. Signs appear to remind you love never dies. Embrace the magic of dragonfly. Oh, they're beautiful, they are. But available as a download, as a free download. Once you purchase your kit, you can get this and then you can use it with this collection with the bumblebee, the dragonfly and the butterfly. So you are going to get all those as well. So honestly, super busy. We are over 30% now. It is just getting busier and busier and busier. So amazing this morning, all of you. You're seeing the potential. You're seeing the excitement that is coming through with this kit. A lot of people are thinking, do you know what? Yeah, you can never have too many butterflies, too many dragonflies or bumblebees, because even if you've got smaller ones, you can layer with these and do so many different things. Now, I've saved the best till last, in my opinion. So with this, we are going to do a bit of snippability and changeability we're going to do with this one. So again, it's just giving you that idea. Now, this is a 7x7 card blank base that I've made. Okay, so we'll show you that in a minute. So what I want to show you is, if you take one of your squares, okay, with this, if you cut from corner to corner like this, you can then make so many different shapes from this, okay? So let's pretend this is a 6x6. Ignore the rest. You can use it to make big corners on your card. You can use it then to put your toppers on. Can you see? You can do that. But also then, if you take them again and you snip them again, just following the lines, the centre line, you've then made your corners, which I'm going to use in this show. Now look at that. You can then add these in and work with that as well. So you can imagine you have got so much more designer effect with this one just by doing that. And then we're going to bring that in. But see how it changes it just by cutting into it. But I am also going to show you as well. So let's just put that to one side. If you wanted to, and you just left them as the two, you can actually stagger this. I would actually do more of a proper square shaped card. But if you do that, you can then put your top on like that and leave it so you have got that designer effect. You could have a little bit of ribbon running through, white ribbon through there, designer, you know, feature with those. And also think, if you've got this, obviously that's your centerpiece, but with these, you can also bring this in and stagger these behind it. Because if you're then putting a centerpiece on, let's pretend, like that, or you're doing another layer, you will not see the bits that aren't joined underneath. You'll just have a different shape. So mix and match them, you've got that. And also, if you actually take one of these and you start here and cut it and just follow that thin line all the way round, you can make a totally different shape. So if you're wanting to use it as a mandala style and put that over the top, it looks really regal. You can then get more dimension from it as well. But then the corners aren't the extra bits that you've cut off. These are the bits that I've cut off so you can see. You could then actually just use those on your card still. So you could bring these in. These would look great like hinges on a book as well. You know, like the little hinges on the side. You could use them like that too. But then you've made your own background again. So this is what I mean. Sit down, get some copy of paper, snip into them. Don't be frightened to do things like that. It's the same with the circle as well. Just to show you, we have got time, haven't we, Bunny, to do this? Right, yep. Just want to show you that if you take, obviously, your circle, just cut that in half. you've got your design. But then again, if you cut it in halves again, you've got a different shape for the corners. So you can bring those in and do it like that. But also, if you wanted to as well, if you actually fold these forwards and back, I'm just doing this roughly, so just bear with me, everybody. If you do that, you can make more of a wing design. So then you can make these into a little bow or like a butterfly wing. So you can do this. Like I say, I'm doing this quite quickly, so bear with. But you can make your own little bows with that. But you can also then as well, if you put them together like that with shape and dimension, it gives you a beautiful shape, like a piece of fabric really that's been creased. Or if you get even more of them, you can do like a fan design. So think about, you know, mixing and matching those as well. Lots and lots of usage with these. Or if you just want one side, the other half the other side, you've got that design, and then you could bring another one in and put that on there. So honestly, if that's not giving you that inspiration to think, I need that kit, I don't know what will. Because honestly, you will have such a great time with this. I've got stuff everywhere now, but it's fine. So I'm just putting a crease line in the back of my card. So I've got that there. That is going to be my hinge on my card. So let's just add this onto here. And we're going to start putting this together now. But I think when we've got shows like this, it is so nice to be able to have the time to spend and show you the different things you can do with it. Because I think sometimes, you know, like when we're on Hobby Maker and everything, we're really up against it sometimes time-wise, and we have to fit such a lot in that the production team want us to do, that we don't always get to show you things. So I do think it's nice to be able to do that with you. There we go, that's better. So I've got a wider border. Now what I'm going to do, like I say, is stick the corners on with the square. So, you know, you can have hours of fun. Like I say, I cut them all out and then I'll sit and, like, that's how I worked it out of that shape, because I'd cut it out in copier paper and then just sat and snipped and snipped. And do remember, you can watch these shows back on YouTube as well. So if you want to go back, re-watch it and think, oh, how did she do that? What did I do? Do it. I don't mind if you copy it to the letter and then you make and sell with your cards. If it gives you the confidence or it just helps you, if you're having a bit of a crafter's block, please just do it. But also join the Carnation Crafts Facebook group, crafters group, because in there, the design team, there's lots of lovely crafters in there with their makes as well, and they all share their makes. And any questions, 9 out of 10 times, they will get back to you probably quicker than we can here at head office, because they're the people in the know, shall we say. So it's a lovely community. So if you're on your own, you don't go to craft groups and you sit at home making your cards, join that group. It's free to join. You know what I mean? It's totally free to join, but like-minded people and crafters there. So a great place. Type in Carnation Crafters on Facebook, and like I say, you don't have to join. You can just go and you can be part of that group. That is a fabulous place to be. So please do join them on there. So let's just take this off. Right, I don't know where this morning's gone. It's absolutely flying. I bet Bunny's quite happy though, really, to be fair again. So let's add this in. She's had to put up with me twice this week, so, you know, she's like, yeah, this weekend she's absolutely, I'm doing nothing. I'm doing nothing, I can't do anything. She's having a big, huge glass of wine. Actually, I might go and get her a bottle of Prosecco. I think that could work wonders for her today. So, oh, she says I could come again now if I'm bringing Prosecco. Right, I'll remember that. Note to self. So I can put that on to there. But yeah, the card designs, you can make smaller shape cards. You know, like I was showing you earlier, you can make smaller shape, but that could actually be a topper for that. Do you know what I mean? But then you can make bigger cards like this, because I don't want you to think you are size restricted. You are so not with all these kits. It's amazing. It really, really is. So let's just pop this on to here. But you know something, I just think the blue, the white, the detail, it just all works too well. And you know what? You know, if you actually got the heritage range, I would say some of the elements you could mix and match with this as well. Ooh, that'd be nice. So let's add this onto here. Again, these flowers are from the Clean and Simple range. The colours just worked, and I thought, oh, I've got plenty of those. We can mix those in. I've also then got these little bits. I've got no clue where these are from, but they were little sprigs, and I thought it might be off a Christmas collection, knowing my luck. So they may, like I say, be from a Christmas one. I've got no idea. Kirsty will know. She's like the oracle. She knows. I can't remember my own name most days, so you know, with this you've really got, I am no use to you at all. Then we've got these lovely bluebells as well from a kit. So I think they're Clean and Simple, aren't they? Clean and Simple. So I'd got those, so I thought, oh, we'll have a few of those in there as well. So again, mixing up my flowers, because you can, but you'll see the colour tones. This is what I'm talking about. When Carnation Crafts do colour tones, the colour tones will match. This is Clean and Simple, but it matches with this range. You'd be surprised how much of your artwork, the colour Pantones that they've used, will blend so well with it as well. So don't be frightened to think, oh, you know, shall I use this? You know, print a few bits out of your colours that you think might go with it, and you'd be surprised how well they do, and they blend like a dream. So just popping these onto here at the bottom, just to give that little bit of shape and dimension there. Then I've got another one of this, because this is like the crossover one. This is the piece that hides all the bits as well. So just popping that on there and joining that. So I've got all those little joins in there. Just let me turn my bluebells around, they fell. And then I've got some little white flowers. No idea where these are from. It might be in a cherry blossom that I cut up. I don't know. So they are on there. And I know how frustrating it is at home, thinking, well, I really want that flower, but that idiot can't remember what flower it is. Just have a look on the website. Okay, they will all be on there as well. So just adding those onto there with that little bit of detail, and you can see now this is just going to add those into there beautifully on there as well. So now I'm going to take the butterfly. We're just going to bend this in, the wings again, and because I've done it on 170, it's a slightly heavier weight, because I wanted to really be able to really mould and shape these. So it is a little bit heavier. Then my butterfly is going to sit. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to do a change of direction. I'm going to have one going one way. I'm going to have one going the other way. I'm a double butterfly. We're going out on a high. I'm doing a double butterfly. So you can see, you can use your butterflies however you want. You can put your sentiment at the top, but that again now, that will give you a large 7x7 card utilising this kit and elements that you have got at home. So like I say, we are rounding up now the end of this hour, but this is Wild by Designs die kit. Now let me just show you so you know exactly what you're getting. If you are rumming and ahhing, please don't, because honestly, the week that we have had with Carnation Crafts, we have been so busy for all the dies. You've been loving the designs we've been bringing you. And this one has been just as popular this hour. You're going to get the large butterfly, the large dragonfly, the lovely large size bumblebee, and you're going to get the plaques for your sentiments. We're also giving you as well the downloadable sentiments that go with this range, with the bumblebee sentiments in it. You know, the flutterbys, the butterflies, and the dragonfly ones. They are also in your kit as well. So you've got all of those. And when it cuts out, you will see you also get that very, very fine white edge on it. So it gives it like a faux matten layer, and it absolutely pops. Next up for you then in this collection, these are your beautiful fretwork designs. And with these, you can see these extra lines on the outside are the mats and layers. So you do actually get the extra dies in this one. So you get 3 in that one, and you're going to get 3 in that one. You'll get 6 dies in total. Here, you're only seeing 2 of the designs, but you actually get 6 dies in total on that one board as it is. But they will give you your mats and layers to give you that perfect alignment to use as card blank bases, and also then for you to mix and match with those two. But I'm just looking at that. You know, if you put it on a scoreboard and you scored, I would say probably about 1 inch in all the way round, the sides then would come up. You might have to just put a little nick, come up. You could put little tea lights in them, battery operated, of course, because they are obviously paper. So just bear that in mind. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. She's like that. Oh, Dawn, just do it. We know what you like by now. I get an idea. That's the problem. And then I think I've got to carry it out. It's a good job I don't, you know, bank robbing or out like that, innit? I am joking. You know what I mean? Anything comes to mind. Oh, I'll do that. Yeah. I'm quite spontaneous, you could say. And then all I'm going to do is just snip down one side. Bear with me. This is trial. I'm trying it for you to see if I can make it work, and I think it will work. I've got high hopes on this, but this is the mind of a crafter. This is how we work. So that would fold in there. That would fold in there. Obviously, you've got to get your measurements right. I'm slightly out with my measurements, I'm not going to lie. But you could also then, I'm taking it on a level, you could make a little acetate tube, and that would give you the base. Can you see the base of a box? But you can make loads of them and put little tea lights in them. So, you know, for a wedding. Oh, look at that. But that would make a fabulous box lid on the top of an acetate like tube. And you could fill it then with little chocolates for Easter. Boom. Right, there you go. See, so that's even more inspiration for you by using the Wild by Designs that you can see there. But honestly, there is so many incredible designs that the design team have done, as you can see. These could go on notebooks. They could be for large size cards. They could be on tags. Could be wall art or something like that. You might want to just make little notelets. Now, everybody, as we are coming up to the end, I think a lot of you are taking our advice. We are now at 40% of the stock. So bear in mind, this is the first show and 40% of the stock is now gone. So please, quick sticks on this one. You cannot risk missing out on this. The price will go up at midnight as always, so don't forget. But like this one, I love this. I love the shape of that die. I feel I need that shape die. I'm just being honest with you. That is beautiful. Now, don't forget as well. Oh, right. Can we have a in division? Can we have a little, so I can speak to them? Have I got to walk round? Right, I'm going to have a little walk round. And I'll put pressure on you, Bunny. Right, everybody, now listen, right? Approaching, 40% of the stock has gone for this one, right? We've got another show at 1 o'clock, which is the Flourishing Foliage Stepper card. That's not easy for me to say. There's a lot of F's in that one. But with that one, already 30% of stock has gone. You're on the website already buying it. So please leave me some for later on. And a lot of you, from what Bunny's saying now, a lot of you are buying them both together. So please, you know, this in between time till now, till 1 o'clock, please check out your baskets and don't miss out. I really can't stress enough. I don't want you to miss out. And when you do see the one at 1 o'clock, you'll be, oh, that will be incredible. But I say a massive thank you as always to you all and your messages that you sent in for us as well. It's nice to know that you're there, but I know a lot of you have been busy on the website buying, so that's why we've not had so many messages through today, because I know what you like, you canny crafters. But don't forget, this set, the Wild by Designs, will go up at midnight, so do not miss out. Check out or miss out, that's what it's all about. So please make sure. I will see you all at 1 o'clock, so take care. Go and have a little sandwich and a